Craghoppers and National Trust make natural partners. We are both really dedicated to protecting our environment for future generations. The National Trust ethos of for everyone, forever was something that really resonated with us at Craghoppers. This is our first collection with them for the next coming years. It's made from 100% recycled materials. It's got clothing and accessories. 10% of net sales from the collection will be going directly towards National Trust conservation projects across the UK. We're also supporting a peatland restoration project at Kinderscow.
My name's Greg Grimes and I'm the founder and managing director of a not-for-profit organisation called Experience Community. Experience Community will help disabled people get out into the countryside through a range of walking, cycling, arts and conservation activities so that they can enjoy the outdoors like everybody else.
We have been working with Experience Community since 2021, where Craig Grimes joined Craghoppers as a brand ambassador. We're delighted to support Experience Community with all of the work they do. We provide their uniform, we've worked with them on several films before. As with Craghoppers, it's really important, our strapline is Discover Your World, and we really want to empower everyone to be able to discover their world, regardless of their ability.
We're working with Experience Community just because they're known as being experts in what they do, and for advising organisations like National Trust on how to be more accessible. The kind of work we're doing with Craig is he's producing management plans for our paths and a way forwards to identify what kind of improvements can be made to Longshaw.
Today we're going out on a 4.5 mile walk and it's a really interesting one. We start by going out the back of the Longshaw Estate house and climbing up through the valley with great views over Padley Gorge. Today in theory is about a 4.5 mile walk, but if people start getting cold and wet, just give us a shout. There are options to cut it short. We first started working here at the Longshaw Estate back in 2018, and we explored a route high up onto the moor that typically isn't something that disabled people would do here. We wanted to be able to explore deeper and deeper into the countryside here. In order to make this happen, we first need to assess what needs to change. We then need to work with the Trust to find the funding to make that happen. And then once it's happened, we can take groups out further and deeper into the Peak District. So some of the things that we've been looking at the estate is the different types of gates they've got here. So ideally what we want is a fairly smooth surface going through it and as clear as possible. And then we've got latches on either side so that it's easier to reach them and then open the gate to get through it. When we bring disabled people out to places like this and we go out on a challenging walk, they talk about the achievement of the day. They talk about how great they feel once they get back. They feel great about being immersed in nature, being in environments that are different from what they're used to. They love getting out, even in weather when it's not so good, because when we're pushing these bits of kit, we can keep warm. So even when the weather isn't great, people can still get out there and enjoy nature all year round.
Now it's important to me for me to come to places like this because it means I can still do things and go to places that I used to be able to. I've always loved being outside in nature and just hearing the sound of the birds that just went by then, and it was fantastic. I mean, even though it was raining, you could still get an appreciation of the wild place that you're in. You know you've got people looking after you and helping you, and you don't have to worry about going into the wilds on your own.
Obviously, it helps our environment because we'll have more support from people, and it also helps with just getting a more diverse user group out. The environment can help people. It can help with mental health. It can help with physical health and all sorts. So I think just having that opportunity there for everyone is just so important.
Working with Craig has really opened my eyes up and the brand's eyes up to what accessibility actually means within the outdoors. It's not about making everything, a tarmacked path everywhere. The small things can make a massive difference. Turning a stile into a gate with a yellow handle for those that are visually impaired, changing the surface or slightly widening the path so a mountain trike can get through or an off-road mobility scooter These things can make a massive difference to whether someone can visit a site or visit the outdoors. And really, nature and the outdoors should be for everyone, regardless of their accessibility needs.